Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs. Welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So today is your live spread between August and December 2016. I'm sorry that it's taken a while to get around to you guys. Again, I'm always busy, so you know, these videos take quite a while to record as well. You're the 7th one that I'm recording, 5 more to go after this one, thank goodness, but they're all going to be up hopefully in the next sort of 2 to 3 days. So how does a live spread work? Well, this is how I do my live spread anyway. Others might differ slightly, but this is the standard look of one. In a live spread, you focus on 5 areas of the client's life. Now, these 5 areas come in groups of 4 cards, and as you can see here, you've got your groupings here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an advice card right bang smack in the middle there. Now, first group is personal situation. So this is your personal life, either right now or it's what's coming in. It's the same for everything, really, in all of the areas. The key cards at the top. So you've got groups of 4 for each section, but you've got a key card. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. The card at the top is called the key card. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For each area, it's got a key card. That key card is basically an influence that you're going to be feeling now, or it's an influence that you're going to be feeling in the future, all right, coming in. Underneath the key card, you have 3 cards. Now, the first card can represent the past, second card, the present, third card, the future. Or it can be present, present, future, or future, future, future. You can never have cards that go backwards. So you can't have past, present, past, for example. It's always got to be going into the future, always. It's always got to be a natural progression upwards. So that's for the 5 areas, and it's the same thing for all 5 areas. And we're going to have a look at what the areas are. Personal situation, your home life, straight relationships, your career, your love life, and we conclude with the future, and this is all future here. Then we have the advice card, what the universe wants you to know as advice for the next 5 months. To the right, we've got something called the anchor. Now, the anchor is made up of all major arcana cards. Obviously, major arcana cards have the greatest strength over pips, which is why they make up the anchor, because what the anchor does is it shows how a situation will end up resolving itself. So if you had something quite negative showing up in a certain area of your life, that major arcana will show whether that situation can be resolved in a good light, or maybe not so good light, or where maybe it's just going to stay neutral. So we start off with card 1, which is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess represents where you guys are now. So this is the foundation basis for some of your lives right now. And this also is the card that will represent where everything is heading. So the overall resolution to the situation of your personal life. We've got career being the High Priest. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Witch's Tarot Majors for the anchor this time round. So we've got the High Priest here, and that's for work. We've got the Fool that represents your love life. We've got the Temperance card that will represent your home life. Now, the home life doesn't really have a direct anchor card. This is called the central theme, and what it should show is how you deal with situations throughout the life spread, but I use it as the conclusion, the resolution to the home life area. We've also got card number 5 being the Sun, which represents your future area. Card number 6 is Strength, and that is the anchor card. This doesn't represent a specific area. From card number 6 to 7, these are both cards that represent, card number 6 will be how you're wishing everything to turn out. So this is called the Wishes anchor card, because it's how you might wish everything to turn out in your life, in this life spread. And card number 7 is the Chariot. And the Chariot card, number 7, is the overall outcome. So this is really where everything should be heading for you in the life spread. If it's not all areas, then it will be some areas. Okay, so let's make a start and have a look at quickly. I'm going to try and keep this really short if I can. Everything's ending up at an hour's recording, and I'm trying to get through some personals at the moment as well, and kind of start getting myself prepared for the September influx of readings as well. So we've got the High Priestess showing up as the foundation basis for some of you Geminis at the moment. And the High Priestess is a beautiful card because the High Priestess, you know, it's twofold. It really is a twofold card. So for some of you guys, you might be waiting for something because the High Priestess is a number 2 card. And because she's such a passive energy, sometimes this can mean that we just sit and we wait. And sometimes it can mean that we suffer in silence as well with that High Priestess card. It's a funny way to look at it, but I've known this card to mean suffering in silence. So it's internalising a lot of energy and not really knowing how to express it. So for some of you guys, you might have internalised an awful lot of emotions, an awful lot of, I'm not saying it's negative energy, but just energy, neutral energy. But that energy is coming from a place of, and I feel that it's coming from a place of expectation, but at the same time, potentially it can be the underlying services. I don't really know what's going on, which is what the High Priestess also indicates too, where you don't really know. I mean, in terms of who you are as a person, for me, the High Priestess indicates that we are at the fullest height of our powers in terms of what we know, or in terms of our knowledge of people, of how people work, our intuition towards people. But if there's a situation that needs clarification, this is where the High Priestess doesn't know sometimes, because she's not, if I were to look at her as a human figure, like a human everyday figure, to me this type of woman, it's filled with a lot of kind of conflicting energy, which is why you have the black pillar and the white pillar. It's from darkness through to light. So she's trying to get through something herself, and she's not expressing it. She's kind of sitting and waiting patiently for something to unveil itself, which is often why we can attribute this card to being secrets that need to be revealed, or something is going to be revealed. So for some of you guys, it might be a sense of that you're needing enlightenment at the moment, or that there is a sense of not really knowing what's going on with your lives, especially in terms of the personal situation here. You have a inkling of where you want to go, of where you want to be. You kind of know. There's a really strong sense of internal knowledge of where you want to be. You just don't really know how you're going to get there. And I feel this strongly for some of you guys in terms of your personal life, that there is a sense of knowing who you are as an individual. But in terms of getting to where you want to be, especially in a certain facet of your life, probably personally, there might be a sense of vagueness there, I feel, which is where we have the wait and see aspect coming in with the High Priestess energy, for how some of you guys might be feeling at the moment. For some of you guys, you might be feeling heightened intellectually, intuitively in terms of your life, especially if you read tarot. You might be very much intact with that side of yourself. She's also a visionary, is the High Priestess. So as I say, she never, she's the magician. To me, she's kind of like the natural counterpart to the magician, because the magician is the card of manifesting our dreams and our desires within the tarot by just having an amazing idea that you are looking to work on, and you're looking to bring things together. You've got everything, you just need to sort through how you're going to do it. And that's where the High Priestess comes in. So she's the card that would indicate that we visualise what it is that we want within our lives, and we visualise how we're going to, we put everything together in the visualisation. So say, for example, I wanted to run a massive multi-million-pound business. I would visualize what it would be like to be there, to be doing it. And then with the Empress, after that High Priestess, I'd start creating these things. I'd start working towards them, working on these projects that would hopefully bring me in the wealth and abundance that I've visualized and heavily imagined as a High Priestess. Because as I say, she's a passive card, and she is very kind of in line with our dreams, our wants and our desires, but it's all on a very passive plane. So she's the person that will kind of just absorb and keep everything inward. And I feel for some of you guys, you do have a lot of secret dreams going on with you that you're kind of gestating and working on, and just taking your time to see how everything kind of develops and how everything kind of manifests. Everything kind of slips into one with the majors, I find, definitely, and also with the pip card. So I feel it's a time for a lot of you guys, Gemini, of just really going through this process and this journey of working out who you are, what you want, how you're going to get there, but there is a time for seeking clarity within yourself. You know where you want to be. I just feel that for some of you guys, especially in your personal life, you might not quite know how you're going to get there. You know that you want to get there and you know that you're going to do it. So there's a lot of visualization probably going on for some of you guys, but it's the how you do it that it needs to be worked on with this High Priestess. And we're going to have a look at your personal life. Now we can see at the top here, the energies that some of you guys might be feeling now or will be coming in the future is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups really speaks about someone who... many things really with this card. You know, if we were just to look at it in terms of wording, it would really mean I feel a sense of disappointment in what's being offered to me, or I feel a sense of disappointment with what I have. I can see something better is before me, and what is being offered to me isn't something that I'm happy with at the moment, because I'm envisioning. And this guy really is kind of visualising in a way, because he's got 3 cups there in front of him, if you can see this, guys. And he's got his arms folded. And it's almost like, I don't know whether he's in a huff or whether he's pissed off. But this thing that's being offered to this guy, he does not want. Because for some reason, he's either too shy, he's either too afraid, or he's not happy about it. He's just not satisfied. So this is why this card can be seen as the card of dissatisfaction. Because this person is looking at the 3. So it's almost like this person wants more than just the 1 cup. They want more than what they have at the moment, or they want more than what they can see is around them, or what's being offered, or what's kind of in their front view. To me, because 3 is a greater number than 1, to me it suggests I want more. I'm not happy with what's being given at the moment. And I feel that for some of you guys, it might be that the influences around you, or what you're feeling at the moment, or what's coming in, might be I want more. And it might be I'm not happy with what is being given to me at the moment. Not because, and I don't sense it's fear as such. I just sense that it's a case of, you know, it's not enough for you emotionally to accept something that you feel would probably not be right for you at this current time. We can see underneath this 4 of Cups, what links to it is the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands often is a card that represents, you know, you've made an investment. This is represented by the 2 of Wands behind the guy. So he's already started something here, and now he's waiting to see whether there is a return on his investment. This really is the idea of this 3 of Wands card. It can be the card also that you're longing for something here. Okay, you're longing for your ships to come in. You're longing for something amazing to happen in your life. You're now kind of following up on something new. You're expanding your horizons. Okay, so I do feel, to be honest with you, looking at this, for some of you guys, it might be in the past that you've been waiting for something to develop or happen in terms of your life in the past. And maybe this hasn't yielded anything, especially when it's in a past situation for me. It can say that I've been waiting a long time for something to happen. And sometimes with the 3 of Wands, it doesn't unfold. It's the constant looking outwards and waiting for something to yield. So sometimes to me this represents you're waiting for a promise to be fulfilled, if that makes any sense to you guys. Because this guy already has 2 wands planted. So he's already been on the journey, okay? He's already experienced something. He's already had an experience. And it's almost like he's waiting for the follow-up of that experience to come to fruition. So he's waiting for something to unveil itself or unravel itself. But it doesn't. And I feel that for some of you guys in the present, you may have had enough. And maybe this is where the idea of the 4 of Cups comes in, that what you have right now is not enough. Because there is greater out there. We can see that there is another 3 here, where this person is looking at the 3 cups. It's the same as the 3 of Wands. It's the expansion. So it's almost like for some of you guys, what I have now is just not enough. Because in the past, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. And it's not. And I'm still stuck with this 1 cup here. And for me, the 4 of Cups can be the card that says, you know, I really have come to that point now where I'm kind of just really fed up with what I have. You know, I know that there is more out there and I want it. I really, really want it. But it just doesn't seem to be coming to me. I've still got the same old, same old. And as selfish and ungrateful as that sounds, people are people at the end of the day. We're not perfect. Sometimes we are very unsettled and unhappy about certain aspects of our lives, and that's just the way it is. And for some of you guys, it might be that in the present, we've got death. And death means severance and endings. So there is an ending to this weight here with the Three of Wands. And to me, it says that in the future, because there has been an ending to this thing here, whatever this thing is that some of you guys may have been waiting on, it creates more opportunities for you in the future. The Seven of Cups. Now, some of you guys may not know where you're going, because when you get the Seven of Cups, it means that everything is up in the air. So some of you guys, I'm getting from your personal life, you might be cutting your losses on something here because you've had enough. And that might result in, with this Seven of Cups energy, well, I've cut my losses, but I had to do it because it just wasn't working out for me. Okay, I've been waiting and I've been waiting and I've been waiting with this Three of Wands energy, and nothing's happening. So I had to cut my losses with death. I just had to say, you know what, I give up on it. I give up on it because nothing was materialising. And therefore now I'm looking at several options, several choices that might be available to me, but I don't know which route to go on. I don't really know the path that I need to take now. So I'm getting a sense of a little bit of vagueness here, a little bit of dishevelment here for some of you guys in terms of your personal situation, which is why the outcome is the High Priestess. And when you get the High Priestess sometimes as an outcome, it just means that things stay the same, or there's a sense of not knowing, or there's a sense of needing to still find that clarity. So you're going to kind of sit and wait, or wait it out and just see what happens. It's a fairly non-active card at the best of times with this High Priestess. She is I have been a High Priestess, where you're just sitting and you're just either watching the TV and there's nothing really going on in your head, but whatever you see in the TV, you absorb the energy from. So there is a time of kind of thinking and waiting and contemplation, I feel, with this High Priestess card as the overall outcome for you. So for some of you guys, I feel the overall outcome will be that your intuition was correct on a situation, that it was right to abandon something, to abandon a particular course within your life, because it wasn't the right thing to do. Nothing could really come off it in terms of where you were going with the situation. And to me, the High Priestess as an outcome would say, you know what, I actually did the right thing. Your knowledge served you. The outcome is that your knowledge, your intuition, your heightened intuition around a situation would have served you best. The other thing to say about this reading is that, you know, the energy of that Four of Cups, as we mentioned before, even though it shows a proposal, it also shows a little bit of unhappiness around a proposal that is made to you. Again, it's not enough. And around that, it could be that your ships came in on something, Three of Wands here. So we're not going to read this as a past situation, but it could be, we could read it as a past situation, I suppose, but it could be that, you know, something came about for you, Three of Wands, ships coming in, which then allowed you to move on. Whatever this thing is that came in and happened, it then brought about a massive transformation with the Death card. But still, we've got the Seven of Cups, and we've got to look at the energy of that Four of Cups entirely, really, within this life spread. So the energy is the Four of Cups. It's like a pyramid spread in a way, like if you were to do one on a, you know, and a card comes up, High Priestess, we could say, yes, secret's about to be revealed, and then the cards underneath will show what that revelation is. Well, it's the same sort of thing. We know that there is a dissatisfactory situation going on here in your personal life. Well, what's it about? Well, it's about the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands might be an investment that you made, that you were waiting for something to happen. This thing seems to have led to some transformation here, in which you're looking at what your opportunities or your choices are now. So it might be that something here in your personal life came about, but it didn't have the desired effects. It didn't come about and it didn't bring you the outcome that you wanted it to bring you. Okay, so for some of you guys, there is dissatisfaction here, and it will be around maybe an investment that was made. So maybe you had something come in and it wasn't to your liking, or you didn't get the return that you thought that you would on a particular venture within your life. Therefore, it's brought about some great changes with the Death card, which kind of leaves you in limbo in the future, if that makes any sense to you. Which therefore the outcome being the High Priestess, and this could say, you know what, you're going to need to kind of find another way to do something here. Tap into your intuition. How can you rectify the situation? How can you make something workable from something that you didn't feel was workable? Because the options are still here. Though everything seems to be up in the air a little bit, you've still got the options to work with. I feel something probably didn't work for some of you guys here, and there are leaving options open now, and you're going to have to choose what you want to do. And therefore the outcome being the High Priestess, it's saying that the intuition and the knowledge is really within you. You just need to really tap into that. And don't be afraid to tap into it. What does your intuition and your heightened wisdom tell you to do so you can resolve the situation? For me, the High Priestess is saying it's resolvable. Whatever this situation is here, it's resolvable with that High Priestess energy. Let's have a look at the other cards. I think we'll go to your career section here. Well, we've got the Ten of Cups showing as your overall energy. Now, we can read the Ten of Cups. This is what I always say with the tarot. It's ambiguous. And it is. Because these cards just mean so many bloody things. It's unbelievable. Ten of Cups in the one way, you can say you're going to be entering a time of real prosperity, happiness, abundance, contentment, a time of fruition, a time of, you know, good relationships with family and friends. But this is in your career. And when you get the Ten of Cups in a career, it can mean really good, harmonious relationships, okay? Working like within a family environment, that type of thing, being the energy. However, I feel it's more than that. I feel for some of you guys, this could be something to do with the energy coming in, could be something to do with a completion of something, because tens represent completion within the tarot. So sometimes when you get the Ten of Cups in terms of a career, it can mean saying goodbye. It can mean that you're wrapping something up, okay? It can mean that you are ending a phase within a particular period of your life, all right, in terms of your career. Okay, because tens are often the endings. And when you get, say, for example, the Ten of Cups or the Ten of Pentacles, it shows a good ending. It shows things being wrapped up in a nice way. When you get cards like Ten of Wands and Ten of Swords, it means things have ended in not such a good way. So you've got kind of the division there between the tens. All tens represent endings, but depending on whether you've got Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, in comparison to Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, it will show how a situation often resolves itself in terms of those tens. So there's a division straight down the middle between the two. And this shows, you know, wrapping something up. Something's wrapping up, I feel, for some of you guys. It could be that you're changing jobs, or it's a changing career. It could be that the energy is that you're looking for a change to come in terms of your career, or you're looking for to take a new path, potentially. Around this, in the past, we've got strength. And what does strength mean? It means that you've had to endure a challenge a lot of the time. So you might have had to need to be quite patient around a situation, Gemini, all right? And you might have also needed to restrain yourself and have a lot of inner confidence around the situation to do with this. All right, so dependent on whether you're enduring this now, I feel for some of you guys there is a change in terms of your career coming up. And I feel that in the past you've been waiting for a long time probably with that Strength card. Okay, so you might have had to, this could be where you're saying goodbye to where you are now. Okay, and you may have been, waiting a long time for this to happen, looking for the perfect job and having to maybe endure somewhere that you didn't like. Okay, there might have been some very, very slow coming results in terms of a job search, that type of thing. But in the present, it shows the Page of Pentacles. And when you get the Page of Pentacles in terms of work, usually this card can indicate new contracts that are on the horizon. So it's the offer of a new contract. It's the offer of a job. It's job opportunities coming in. It's tying up a deal. It's really good news. It's a new opportunity that comes to you. In which we have the Two of Pentacles, okay? You're going to need to make a decision on this for some of you guys, okay? I do feel here that we're wrapping up now with this Ten of Cups for some of you guys in terms of your career. Yes, the past says that you've had to endure a challenge. You've been waiting for something to unfold, to happen, for something to release itself. You've had to kind of be really kind of patient and hold back maybe the tears even, or even the rage of having to wait. So it's about kind of just being really calm with yourself. We do see after that though, that there is a release from the Strength card, because we've got Page of Pentacles. It's the new opportunity that seems to be coming in around this. Okay, so we are seeing the change happening here. This is the overall energy. And around this overall energy, we have this thing coming in, the Page of Pentacles. And it will give you a choice. Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, Two of Pentacles, I do apologise. And the Two of Pentacles says sometimes, well, I need to weigh up a decision here, because I'm not quite sure. A new opportunity has come in, but I'm not quite sure whether I want to take it. So I need to kind of try and balance this out, because sometimes this Two of Pentacles can mean that you've got difficult ideas or difficult things to weigh up. It can mean that you've got choices that you need to make, okay? And it can be between one or the other, because it's not the Seven of Cups, so it doesn't mean you've got several options. It means you've got a couple of options, and you're trying to weigh them up. Well, if I go to this job, you know, will it be better than where I am at the moment? Or if I stick with this, would that be better? All right. For some of you guys, it might be that you're entering a real time of abundance within the work environment. For some of you guys, I get the feeling that you might be working for yourself, even, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes the Ten of Cups for me can mean working from home. Okay, especially if you get something like the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, it can mean working from home, as I've seen that combination work, okay? So I feel for some of you guys, you do work from home probably, or you work for yourselves. And there might have been a really slow time with the Strength card. So things might have not been, you know, you might not have had many projects on the go. You may not have had lots of work coming in or lots of clients coming in. So you've had to be very, very restrained around that. And sometimes when you get, for example, you could have in a Celtic cross reading, because the way that I do Celtic crosses for my clients is in position 8, I will look at influences coming in. And the influences coming in are things usually that are out of your control. So you could have a Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, which will show a downturn, especially if you work for yourself. I did this for ages and ages ago. I think it was for a friend that came round for a reading. And you know, in her influences coming in, it showed a downturn in her finances. She wanted to know about finances. So it showed the Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in position 8. Okay, so I'll draw a card and then I'll draw another card just to tell me what the first card's about. So Nine of Pentacles, she was doing quite well in business, but then afterwards I drew another card, shuffled the deck, drew another card, and it showed the Wheel of Fortune. And that Wheel of Fortune after the Nine of Pentacles, if the Wheel of Fortune had been before the Nine of Pentacles, it would have told me that she's entering a fortunate time. So fortunate time, Wheel of Fortune, in money, Nine of Pentacles. But it showed the Nine of Pentacles first. So Nine of Pentacles is, this woman's been earning loads of money, probably in a very specific area of her life. So she does a very specified job, and she earns money doing that, okay? How you know with the Nine of Pentacles that somebody works in a particularly specialist area is by the falcon on the arm. The woman holding the falcon, that's a specialist job. So we know it's a specialist. I knew it was a specialist job she did. Well, I knew it anyway, but it showed up for her. But the Wheel of Fortune after said, your luck is going to be running out for a little bit. So there'll be a downturn in what you've been earning. Therefore, it led to the overall outcome, which showed justice, and then this Strength card for this lady. And what that told me was, and what I told her, was that justice meant you're going to have to weigh up what is most important to you. Because I knew that this lady liked to spend. So I said, you're going to need to weigh up with the Justice card what's most important to you, because Strength says you're going to need to restrain yourself. You're entering, you know, she was earning a lot of money. But then suddenly there was a downturn. She wasn't getting as many orders in. And she loved to shop. So I said to her, and it happened, I said to her, you are going to be going through a time where you're not going to be earning as much money, and you're going to need to be careful around what you spend. Justice and the strength card. Weigh up what's important to you, because you're going to need to restrain yourself with strength. So sometimes the strength card means we have to hold back. Okay, so we have to cut corners, or we have to cut, we have to be careful with things, or we have to be careful with our inner urges, because the strength card, this lady on this card is called Strength. That's her name. And she is having to be strong and restrain the lion. Now, the lion is the inner urges that we have a lot of the time. It's amazing how complex the tarot actually is. But the strength card means I have to hold back, or I have to hold. The lady is strength, remember. The lion is within us. It's our roar. It's the thing that makes us go Looney Tunes or makes us go out of control. So we're going to have to control our urges. So around this energy here, okay, with the Ten of Cups, this could be the work that you do or the environment that you're in. And it could say that in the past, you've had to control your inner urges around this. So there might have been a real time of abundance here. But in the past, the influence around you or coming in, let's say around you, is the Ten of Cups. Okay? Around this, so it might be that, you know, real abundance, happiness, harmonious where you are. But in the past, you've had to be really kind of careful about how you've been doing things with the strength card. In the present, it could be that new opportunities are coming up for business. And in the future, it shows that you're probably going to have more work than you can actually deal with that Two of Pentacles. So if this is a future, influence that's coming in with that Ten of Cups, Gemini, which shows that you're entering into a phase of happiness, abundance, real kind of prosperity, that type of thing. I think Ten of Pentacles would more be the prosperity, but you can still be quite emotionally prosperous here and feeling really happy and content with what you have. It could say that for some of you guys, you might not have been in this phase with the Strength card. Okay, but now things will start picking up because you've got the Page of Pentacles there, where it says, right, I'm starting to get a bit of money in here. All right, and also with that Two of Pentacles, or I'm starting to get new projects in with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, it's a good news card usually, that is. And with the Two of Pentacles, it could be, right, I've got a couple of projects now on the go, need to kind of prioritize and work things through. Okay, so it's good. It's really, really good energy for your work. For some of you guys, it might be a case of that you're having to, within this energy here, the Ten of Cups, it might mean the wrapping up of a project as well. All right, so it might mean that the energy coming in is that there will be a wrapping up of a project, Ten of Pentacles, because remember, it's to do with endings. So for work, this can be where projects are coming to completion. Around this, you're going to need to be strong. You're going to need to be patient. Don't let it get to you. Because the Page of Pentacles says, well, money might be in short supply, because the Page of Pentacles can also stand for things being in short supply. Having the scarcity sometimes can be attributed to this card, in which you're going to need to kind of balance your finances. So you're going to need to be really kind of restrained and also be sensible with your finances. Okay, so you know, we're noticing that we've got two finance cards here. Okay, two finance cards, which to me says that this could be something around finances that you need to really kind of adhere to. And you're going to need to be kind of really, really strict on yourself with the Strength card. So being strict on yourself, we've got projects coming to completion for some of you guys. You may need to be strict on yourself with the Strength card because resources might be in short supply with the Page of Pentacles. Therefore, you're going to need to weigh up how you're spending, what you're spending and what you're bringing in. Does that make sense? The overall outcome is interesting because it showed the High Priest, and the High Priestess is the Hierophant. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're needing to go out there and search for more work, as weird as that sounds. Because remember, with the High Priest, the High Priestess is a teacher, but also more than anything, it's somebody that provides guidance. All right? Somebody who provides guidance. So for some of you guys, if you are in for example, a contract position where the contract is coming to an end with the Ten of Pentacles, you're going to need to kind of be strong and confident, and there's an element of self-preservation here with that Strength card, because money might be in short supply, Page of Pentacles, in which you're going to need to just kind of balance your bills and everything in a responsible way. For some of you guys with the High Priest, it might be that the overall outcome is you're having to seek more advice. So it could be going to an employment place, if that makes any sense, for more advice from an employer, employment advisor, that type of thing. The High Priest will more than often be not us, but it will be an external agency, somebody that you speak to. So for some of you guys, if you do run your own business, the High Priest could be where you're drumming up business from this individual here. You're getting some advice, you're getting some leads, if that makes any sense to you. You're getting some information that's much needed in order to kind of get more business in, that type of thing. If you're on a contract, you're a temporary worker, it will be probably an employment advisor, somebody that can provide you with some help. But there's information here that you're going to need to be seeking as an overall outcome, I feel, with that High Priest. Let's have a look at your other areas quickly. Let's have a look how we're doing for time firstly. 36 minutes in. We'll have a look at your family life, family-stroke relationships. We've got a King of Pentacles. Now, funnily enough, King of Pentacles you would usually be seen as an Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I think that's attributed to the, is it the Rider-Waite? Or the Rider idea of how we kind of work out how these kings are astrologically placed. I'm not sure whether it's the... please pardon me, I don't deal a lot in astrology and that type of thing. I just do tarot. But I feel that this might be the Aleister Crowley method or something like that. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. But he can be attributed to being a Gemini, apparently, as well. All right? So King of Pentacles can be attributed to May 21st to June 20th, seen as a Gemini or somebody with a Gemini temperament, apparently. And so this could be you guys, Gemini, King of Pentacles. And it's interesting that you should show up here if this is you. But kings are usually in charge people. So they're people that run things. All right. And with the King of Pentacles, he's attributed to running finances. So he's in charge of stuff. That's what he does. All right. And I feel that in your home life, for some of you guys, you're really taking a very, very serious view, perhaps, of what's being spent, what's being looked after, how we are using our money, because the King of Pentacles is no fool when it comes to money. The King of Wands can be a little bit of a philanderer in a lot of areas of his life, because he's all about kind of doing things through the passion. All right, that's what drives a King of Wands. He's double fire, so remember, all kings are rooted in fire, so it's the passion, it's what makes them go out to war. They are very, very, very passionate energy, very, very strong, passionate, motivated, ambitious energy when you get to a king card. But with a King of Wands, for example, this is someone who will let his passions drive him 100%, sometimes without thinking logically about something or thinking practically about the wheres and the wherefores. He'll just do it because it's like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. It's almost like with the King of Wands for me, that his intuition is tied in with the passion, if that makes any sense. So he lets his intuition and power and fire drive him to make a decision. Whereas with the King of Pentacles, he's very practically minded. And when we look at practical matters, it's a case of, I'm not going to invest in that because that doesn't make any sense to me to do that. And we know that with air signs, a lot of the time, you will look at the evidence of how things go, which is why often you'd be represented probably as a King of Swords. And even there you are again, Knight of Swords can be a Gemini energy as well. Okay, so Swords will always think before they leap, whereas Wands for me will always leap before they think, because they just want to do it now. Everything, quick. They don't want to lose a minute. They don't want to lose a heartbeat. They just want to jump on it, do it there and then, because they don't want to miss out. King of Pentacles is not that type of person. Even in choosing a girlfriend, he's very, very, very choosy. Very, very, very picky, because he wants the best. He wants the absolute best. So I feel in your home life, I feel that there's a lot of perhaps restructuring going on, because I feel that you are at a place where you need to, for some of you Gemini people, achieve some form of mental, emotional, physical, but also practical balance, where everything seems to work together, I feel. And I feel around this is the need with the Knight of Swords just to quickly go ahead with something. I'm sensing that there is a restlessness. All right, there is a restlessness, I feel, or there's something very swift you guys are doing in your life right now, because Knight of Swords means to be swift, because the Knight of Swords is restless. So he'll think for a moment on something and then he'll go and he'll charge. This is why Knight of Swords always make the best salespeople, because they're not afraid, they're fearless. They're just fearless. They just want to get to that goal. They want to hit the bullseye, and that's it. And however they do it, they do it. So I feel that there's a sense of restlessness, but the need to be also very, very quick to create changes with this Eight of Wands that lead to order with the Emperor. Does that make sense to you? We're not reading this as past, present, future. We're reading this as wording now, as a sentence. If we look at the Knight of Swords, this is swift. Eight of Wands changes, because we know that with the Eight of Wands there are there's a lot of energy flying through the air. And why does energy fly? Well, energy flies because energy in the end needs to land, and it needs to create something different, okay? So there is very much a focus to create, I feel, change here with this Eight of Wands energy. And this is in order to create order with the Emperor, because we know that with the Emperor it's about creating stability and security. So I feel that there is a sense of, around some of your home lives, and a certain instability. And it could tie in with the personal situation that we read before. But there is a certain instability here, I feel, around your home life, family life, that needs to be restructured, and it needs to be worked on, and it needs to be analysed and evaluated. And but I almost feel that it's a long time coming, just through the swiftness of the first two cards, Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. They're both very, very quick. They're going at 100 miles per hour. The only the only real stability is in the Emperor card here. So it's almost like you quickly want to change stuff in order to create some form of stability within your life, within the home life. Okay, so swift changes to create order, I feel, here with you guys. And it could be with the Emperor. The Emperor is a card about creating order over many things, many kingdoms. So he likes to keep everybody in check. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're putting your foot down, maybe with family members, could even be with children. I feel that you're bringing someone or something into line here, being this King of Pentacles energy here. For some of you guys, it might even be love. Maybe for some of you, because you're Gemini, you know, I don't always attribute the King of Pentacles with being a Gemini energy. For me, it's always Earth. So for some of you guys, it might be around a guy here. And it might be that you're restless because things are up in the air. So you need to make a firm decision on this individual with the Emperor in the outcome position. Because the Emperor is the person that chooses logic and reason over emotions. So this means he looks at a situation from a logical viewpoint rather than, you know, oh, I'm in love with this person. Yeah, and I'm still in love with them even if they haven't called me after 3 months. He'll look at the information, the Emperor within, will say, fuck that person, they ain't called me in 3 months. They're obviously not interested, they can piss off. But, you know, all in all, what I'm trying to say is there is order that you're trying to achieve. It could be around a person, yes. The King of Pentacles could be the main thing in your home life that you're needing to create some sort of semblance around. Okay. It could be that you're bringing somebody into check, because it could be swift messages, bring order with the Emperor card. So it could be within your home life you are kind of grabbing somebody's attention and saying, you know what, fix up, or that's it. And we can see that the outcome is temperance. So you bring balance and order in again with the Temperance card, because that's what it's based on, the Temperance card. It's based on bringing in a level of, it's to do with working things through. So for some of you guys, it might literally be that your overall outcome is that you're going to be working things through, probably with the King of Pentacles energy. For some of you guys, it will be that you're working things through with things that aren't working within your home life, because temperance means to bring things together. It is the card, remember, of the alchemist, the scientist, the person who mixes and matches different potions to bring something that is favourable together and that works. Okay, it is the card of healing, rifts and difficulties. So if there have been any rifts and difficulties, know that they will be healed with the temperance card in the centre of the reading, Gemini. And let's have a look at your love life. We've got a King of Cups energy showing up here. This King of Cups, yes, he could be somebody that's important. Could be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian individual that is very important to you guys in your love life. This is someone who is very patient, very sweet, very noble, very responsible individual. He's just a lovely guy all round, is the King of Cups. But the problem with the King of Cups is he tends to hold a lot of things back. But then he's not reversed, so it's not that bad. It just means sometimes he can appear to be a little aloof. So maybe some of you guys are dealing with an energy of somebody who's really lovely, but you're trying to get to the heart of who this individual is. Okay. It's funny because oh no, that's okay. I thought I'd read one of the cards in a different location, but it's not. Yeah, the King of Cups, it can be somebody that you feel a great deal of emotion for. But also it can be someone that you feel slightly distant from, because we've got underneath this King of Cups the need to create an understanding and an empathy and a synergy with someone. When you get a Queen of Cups, she's very much a card that is in tune with her own intuition. All right, so maybe there is a person around you or who's coming in, King of Cups. And maybe around that there will be a need to create or to find out who this person is and to try and work out whether this person is in tandem with you emotionally and whether you work together. It can be that you feel that there is a shared understanding with this person, because the Queen of Cups in terms of love can mean a new relationship that comes in which there is a very strong emotional tie, a very strong spiritual understanding and a very strong spiritual connection with another. So around this person there could be a very strong and spiritual connection with each other. And with the Justice card, it can mean that you kind of find the balance, I feel, with this individual here, which then concludes in the Four of Swords, which means that you probably achieve some peace and healing, I feel, through this person with the Four of Swords. Sometimes the Four of Swords means to take a break, which is interesting, which I'm feeling to go along the lines of more. But then why, if everything is going so well, why do you take a break in the future with the Four of Swords card? The thing with the Four of Swords, it's always one person who's praying. You know, I would have thought that maybe strength would have shown here, if anything, if it was a real togetherness, a real supportive relationship, or even a Five of Pentacles to a certain degree, because it can show two people who are so wrapped up in each other that they are kind of on the outskirts, because you know, there's something that sets them apart from everyone else. It's a real connection sometimes with that Five of Pentacles energy, sometimes. I feel more than anything that this is a person here potentially, King of Cups, that's around you or coming in, and you'll need time to work out exactly how you feel with the Queen of Cups energy, because you'll be looking to create a balance. You have a big decision to make, but perhaps the outcome is saying this decision will not come so easily, because we've got the Four of Swords card, and when you get the Four of Swords, it means to contemplate. So there's some contemplation, I feel, that's going on, and this is why we have, it's funny because the overall outcome was the Fool. So sometimes this card here, what it's saying in your anchor doesn't always have to tally with this, because it can just show what the outcome is, and the outcome can say, you know, and it's funny, again, the Fool is an ambiguous and multifaceted major card, because it can mean, okay, I want to take a risk on this individual, despite my drawbacks, and the drawbacks come with perhaps the Queen of Cups energy, which says I need to contemplate. Both cards, three cards of contemplation, Queen of Cups, Justice and Four of Swords. All cards can mean to contemplate, because the Justice card can mean you have a big decision to make. And when we have big decisions, what do? We contemplate the pros and cons. The same as the Queen of Cups. She's often the card that says, I need to find a solution, but I need to go in and tap into my intuition. What is my intuition telling me about this situation? The Sword was the same as Four of Swords. I need to contemplate. I need to find the right answers. And this is by drawing back and taking a pause. The Fool card could mean I look to take a risk. For some of you guys, you might look to take a risk on a relationship that you're just not certain of. There are no bad cards here, though. They're lovely cards. But just because we've got water here and water here, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right at all. Okay, and I don't feel that this overall energy is that you guys are feeling, you know, I feel that if the overall outcome was the Two of Cups, for example, here, it would show two people that were on the same page and felt that emotional synergy. But we don't, we've got a Fool card. And for me, the Fool often means I'm not ready for the commitment. It often means I want to go on my own path, because this is the Fool. The Fool starts out, the Fool is not a committed character a lot of the time, which is what kind of threw me with the reading. Because we don't have a conjugal card here that shows two people together. We've got one person who kind of wants to do their own thing, or one person that doesn't want the commitment just yet. So it might be the King of Cups that's not sure about where they're going with the relationship in your life. All right, it could be that this King of Cups here is certain of who he is, but he may not be certain of who you are, Gemini. So therefore, he needs to go inwards with that Queen of Cups energy and say, okay, I know who I am and I feel emotionally balanced. Is this person really right for me on an emotional level? Therefore, I need to seek the solution. I mean, really go inwards and really check in with my intuition. Because I feel emotionally stable as an individual. How do I really feel about this individual with the Queen of Cups energy? Therefore, I need to make a big decision here. I'm going to take some time out to think about it. And it could be in the outcome that this person decides, not you now, but this person decides, actually, I'm not ready for a commitment with this individual. I'm not ready to leap into something with this individual right now. And we'll look at your final... and remember, you know, these are my interpretations, and this is how I feel intuitively about the cards. So... in your future, Gemini, what we've got is the Page of Swords showing up. And when you get a Page of Swords energy, this is often where we have an idea, a new idea. Now, remember, pages, let's have a look how we're doing for time now. Oh, 52 minutes, we better be quick. Pages are immature. Always, you know, I always reference how immature they are because they're kids. Okay? And it could be a child for some of you guys that in the future there's going to be some issues with. And maybe with the Hierophant card, it's saying that you need to take a very firm line, i.e. we need to get maybe authorities involved because we've got a very wayward child here. Okay, somebody who can help you to find the clarity that you need in order to make a decision with that Three of Swords energy. Okay, but it all leads to good stuff because we've got the Sun in your future is ruling the outcome, which perhaps there's some correction that needs to be made to a child here. And maybe the overall outcome is the child changes from the Page of Swords into the Sun, which is a far more positive card as far as I'm concerned a lot of the time. But often the Page of Swords can mean we need to stand up to the truth and stand up for the truth. This card can often say, I'm seeking information, or I'm, you know, it's the card of being a student and also being the spy. So for some of you guys, you might be seeking information. Some of you might be going back to school. We've got two cards that indicate going back to school, Hierophant, teaching. So it might be that you're studying for something here. There's your tutor. You're seeking further knowledge on a certain situation. And it leads to the Three of Swords. Could simply be a case of separation. So some of you guys might have children that are going away to college, for example. Maybe this is the child striking out on its own. And underneath this we have a teacher, the Hierophant. Somebody who's trying to find their way, trying to find guidance within whatever sphere this is. And as the child is removing itself, we see the separation here with the Three of Swords. I definitely feel that this, because we've got three cards that relate to study. Page of Swords, Hierophant and Hermit. So I feel pretty sure that this is probably something to do with studying for some of you guys. But it relates to, the overall, the future show Three of Swords, separation. So there might be some separations that are incurring in the next 5 months. Kids going back to college, university, that type of thing if you're older. Or if you're a student, it might be that you're going on a journey and, you know, you're separating yourself from everything that you know. But it relates in something good. The overall outcome's brilliant. There's some positive outcomes. Gold, 55. Sorry, I'm going to have to be quick here, guys. Your advice is the world. Much accomplishments will be happening for you in the next 5 months, okay? There's great success here with the world card. There's also kind of new chapters happening for a lot of you guys. Your wishes are strength. So when you get strength, it means holding things together. It means fearlessness. It means the ability to conquer every obstacle going. So I feel that if there are obstacles happening, especially in the future here, especially in your personal life, potentially your work life, also love, and I feel it's all areas that I'm looking at here for you Geminis. I feel that your wish will be to overcome every obstacle that comes in your way. And finally, the Chariot is the overall outcome, and this shows you guys really riding to victory. You might be, yes, experiencing some turmoil along the way to get to your goal, but you get there because you are confident and you can rein those things in. I do feel the overall energy for you guys is really reining in those fearsome times, really it is, and getting on with it, just getting on with the job in order to kind of move your lives along. It's absolutely brilliant, really good reading. I'm sorry I had to rush it a bit at the end, but I'm running out of time on the camera. I'd like to say thanks ever so much, Gemini, for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will see you on your September reading. Take care.